Hey Raiders, welcome back to another live arena battle video. This video will feature 9 fights and 5 wins, including finally getting to use Foli against Wukong successfully, and I'll show Foli's build somewhere in the middle. So in the first fight, I'm going to get him picking first, and he'll go Sifi, and then I will go Ultimate Death Knight and Nekret. I've been having pretty decent luck when they go Sifi first, and I go Ultimate Death Knight and Nekret. So next they'll go Harima and Wukong. So Wukong right now is who I'm targeting for banning. And I will go Duchess and Xena. I really like that trio of Ultimate Death Knight, Nekret, and Duchess right now, supporting Xena. Then they go Arbiter and Nishak, which is an interesting combo to go the flex damage bomb option with speed. And I'll go Errol. So I'm going to ban the Wukong, and I'm expecting them to ban the Duchess, but they actually banned the Xena. If they had just banned the Duchess and not buffed with Sifi, but buffed with Arbiter, they might have won this battle. I think things got fairly close to begin with, but they'll go first. They'll get buffed up. Shaq puts out enough bombs to blow up my Nekret, but not quite enough versus my Ultimate Death Knight. I believe that gets him pretty low, though. So Nekret's gone, but he'll be back. And got a couple deaths in there. They'll be revived, but I'll bring back Nekret. Buff up a little bit with Ultimate Death Knight. Some more bombs on UDK. Kill the Arbiter. Kill the Harima. Sifi does not have her revive right now. Protect the Errol. I don't want him getting any more bombs. And kill off the Nishak, and then I just got to go for the Sifi before she can revive Arbiter again. Arbiter should not have her revive up anyway, and he leaves the battle. So I start off 1-0 on the day. So I'll get going into the second battle, and I took a pause a few hours before going into the next battles. A name I cannot pronounce, but he's almost to the end of Gold 2. I think everyone I fought in these 9 battles was above me in points ranking, so I got nobody who had just entered Gold 2. Everyone was about 3,400 or above, which is kind of a good sign considering I won 55% of it, which is right on pace for what I'm winning in Gold 2, about 54, 55% outside of when I first entered and I was losing 2 out of 3. So this one gets a little bit tough. I got the first pick and I went Nekret, and Lady Mikage has a really good kit. I want to ban the Taras, but Lady Mikage, I do have Sheep, I have Polymorph, so maybe I can do that to her when she stuns me. And then they go Hefrek. I'm not too worried about the Hefrek. I really want to ban the Lady Mikage, but I'm also worried that Taras is going to do some damage. I probably should have gone ahead and banned the Lady Mikage, though. Either Lady Mikage or Sifi. Sifi will go first, which will trigger Xena. Yeah, I should have banned the Lady Mikage, but I didn't do it. Still not looking terrible, but she has the buff strip, she has the stun, she has the ally attack, she has the increase attack. And there I got kind of some bad luck triggering Swift Parry on Sifi. And they're all dead, but I'll bring them back once, but we'll see what happens here. They all get stunned. That's Lady Mikage at her best. And this one's pretty much over, so I'm going to go ahead and leave the battle. Actually, I don't leave the battle. He finishes me off. So 1-1, I go into the third battle. I'll go first and pick Nekret. I'm kind of at a loss right now who to pick first when I do go first, because I don't want to pick Duchess first, but I'm kind of more reliant on Duchess than I am Sifi now, and I'd prefer to have her. So he's got Harima Wukong on the damage side, and then Duchess and Cardiel. See who he goes with last. So I've got Sifi as my support, and Xena and Errol. Kind of settling into Xena and Errol, and I have to ban the Warlord, which is kind of unfortunate. I think when I go first pick, I really do need to go back to picking Wukong to keep them from having him, because I don't want to see them have both a cooldown and a Wukong, because whether he's a damage Wukong or a support Wukong, a fast support Wukong, he's often my undoing in these battles. But I can't ban Wukong over, say, a Warlord, because I'm not building my teams to survive and fight through cooldowns. It's if I do that, then I'm cutting out in other places. So I'm going to leave this battle. Couldn't do anything. And on to the next one. And I get Chilby, who is also at 3,500. So a couple hundred points ahead of me. I'll go Wukong first this time. So just like I was saying, not sure who to pick first. I'll go ahead and go Wukong. He's got Siphi and Pythion, so not extremely intimidating there. Although lots of heals, lots of mitigation. And then I'll go ahead and go the UDK and Nekret. See who he gets with his third and fourth picks. Almost there on the timer. So I'm running these at 3 times speed. And he'll go Kymar and Rotos. And I'm looking at the Kymar like, yeah, I don't want him resetting. And I'll ban him. But maybe I should have banned the Rotos. But it's not always an easy choice. So then they go with Ragash. Ragash is a strong damager. And if you have a great defensive nuker set, he's a really good damager. Mine's kind of decent, but still kind of mediocre. So we'll get going. I did ban the Kymar, and it turns out that this Rotos is my undoing. This ends up being a really close fight, but once Ultimate Death Knight's gone, Rotos is able to just mow everybody down. And it's tough when you need to use that double hitter from Errol, but you also need to save the double hitter from Errol. So it's like, you got to kill these teams fast, but then this is also tanky. So, I don't know, maybe Siphi would have been the one to ban, but Kymar will still get me sometimes. I mean, he could strip everybody except Errol, and he can strip Errol too, but I don't know. You win some, you lose some, and this guy obviously has some experience in winning, but you can see through this fight how close I was to winning. I just didn't quite have it. As he brings Siphi back, and I cannot finish off that Ragash. That Ragash is just, every time I hit him with Errol, I weak hit. I was really just trying to finish off the Ragash and then go for everybody else and keep the Ragash down. Meanwhile, Ragash is putting up that Perfect Veil on Rotos, so he's hard to target too. Finally get Ragash down, and he's back up. So then I gotta kill him again. So this guy patiently worked through me. I kill Siphi again, kill Ragash, and now Pythion. I haven't counted how many turns he has, but Rotos is going to take out Ultimate Death Knight. He has got another turn. He takes out Errol. I bring them both back, protect the Errol. Maybe I should have protected the Ultimate Death Knight there. I think that might have been the way to do it, was to protect the UDK. And then right here, I was just hoping Duchess could survive, and she couldn't. And I'm not going to quite get back around for the double hitter. If I'd gotten back around for the double hitter, and if he'd gotten a weak hit. If he'd gotten a weak hit, I think I would have got the double hitter and won. But it was his. So on to the next fight. I was pretty frustrated after that one, but that's what Rotos does. I mean, Rotos, you can kill him pretty easily one fight, and then the next fight he just goes off and he won't die. So here they go Wukong first, and then they go Warlord, and they go Harima, and then I go UDK, Nekret, and Duchess, and then there's my Errol there. I was hoping they'd pick Siphi, which they probably don't have Siphi at this point. So then they go Emic and Mighty Uko. I'm going to go ahead and go Foli here, and I'm going to ban the Warlord, and we'll see how things go. I don't think I'm going to be fast enough to outdo that Mighty Uko there, but we're going to see. Most Mighty Ukos are about 300 speed, and they're in stun set. So Uko's going to go first. He did steal the block debuffs off Foli. He goes with just the A1, and then I'm able to take out the Mighty Uko, or the Wukong. And so Emic then puts up the unkillable, and Mighty Uko sheeps, and then he leaves the battle. I probably would have been better directing that AoE at Harima, hoping for at least one crit hit, but I directed it at Wukong just because I was so excited that I got a chance. So this team, looking kind of tough. This trio of support I haven't really seen with Yumiko, Shuzen, and Siphi. So I'm kind of expecting like Taras and Harima there, but he ends up going with Soulless and Trunda. And when you see Trunda in a team like this, I do expect her to hit hard. All right, so I have to ban the Yumiko, and I've got Duchess and UDK, and we get blown up pretty quickly there by Trunda. And there is no Stone Skin left on Errol. But Duchess is able to finish off. That fight just went so fast. Duchess was able to finish off the Soulless after Errol got a good hit in. So it was a very squishy team. Here's the Foli build. 274 speed with 53, almost 5,400 attack, 244 crit damage, and he's in Instinct. So he's not a super heavy hitter, but he is very fast. If I get a booster ahead of him, like even Sifi, he's going to get in there before a lot of Wukongs and be able to take him out. So then I get Todd. So I've won 3 out of 6 so far. Todd's going to go with Duchess to start off, and then I'm going to go UDK and Nekret. So then he's going to go Harima and Taras. I wish he'd been able to go Sifi instead of Duchess, but I'm going to go Wukong and Xena. Not really happy with using Wukong against Taras, but I don't really want to see him use, say, a support Wukong against me. I'm going to ban the Taras and see how things go. He's got to ban the Warlord, but I don't have a Reviver. So if that's a heavy-hitting +2 Harima, I could be in for a difficult fight. So we'll get things started, and he's going to go first with his Duchess. Of course, because I don't have anybody incredibly fast. Xena will go, but everybody's pretty well protected, so I'm not really doing anything besides A1 with her. I try to steal some buffs with Wukong, and that's kind of tough on Nekret. I'm going to self-buff himself so he doesn't get frozen, but I'm not going to protect the Wukong. So just kind of wait out some of their buffs here. Do I want to use... No, I'm still going to use the A1 on Xena. They take out the Wukong. That was a big blast. And at first I was thinking, how did he do that through Nekret's protection? But Nekret didn't have him protected. Nekret put up the block debuffs on himself. So I'm going to try and take out the Duchess, but actually his 350 accuracy was enough to sheep the Duchess, which was pretty funny. I mean, not funny in the end because I'm going to end up losing this battle, but so be it. So I'm kind of getting some fortunate hits now that all their buffs are gone. But then Mithrala gets some back up, and Xena's pretty ineffective in that one. We're going to get to the point where Xena is going to outrun her ally protection from Nekret, which I believe is like something like 4 or 5 turns. And now everybody's got Hex on. So this battle's pretty much lost, so I'm going to take off. Puts me at 3 and 4 out of 7 so far. And I'll get someone from Rat. And I think this fight was the closest points to mine. So I go first and I pick Wukong. He'll react with Duchess and Ultimate Death Knight, which I really would like both of those. And I will go Nekret. And it's tough because I don't know who he's protecting with those two. And then I'll go Cardiel. This Cardiel is mainly my Phantom Shogun Cardiel. And I don't use him that much for PvP, but he's relatively fast. I think he's 287 or so. But I do use him for Phantom Shogun. And maybe once every couple weeks I put him in a battle here. But I just didn't feel like Sifi was going to be my best choice here. So I go with Warlord, hoping I can put him on cooldowns, but realistically they'll ban the Warlord. So I ban the Duchess. They actually don't ban the Warlord. They ban the Ragash. And it's going to turn out that this Eric's is actually really tough. But I am able to put them all on cooldown and steal all the buffs off of them on Wukong, including the 2-turn Stone Skin, which is really nice. I'm going to go for the... It took me 2 ally attacks to get rid of that Mighty Yuko, which kind of sucks. And then trying to do some damage on that UDK, but it looks like he's got some reaction. Put up some Revive on Death. These things are getting a little low. This was a pretty hairy fight the whole way through, but in control at least. There was no point where the opponent was really in control, but there were quite a few points where it seemed like it could have easily turned. So I'll take out the Harima. She's not coming back. Now it's all about Eric's. Eric's takes out Wukong again, and I can tell I'm pretty much going to lose the Warlord, and Eric's is going to get unleashed. So there goes Ultimate Death Knight. Warlord's gone. Put up the Revive on Death. And Eric's, I thought was going to kill Wukong again, but put up the counterattack, which then Wukong's able to steal And I'm starting to wonder, though, is Eric's going to be able to just kill us all? But finally, Staff of Wonder does crit hit, and I'm able to take out Eric's. That's the nice thing about those HP damagers, is that they don't have a lot of defense. So I get Muri, who's also 4,400 for the next fight. So Muri goes with what I want him to. He goes with the Sifi to start off, and then I go UDK and Nekret. He'll go Wukong, which isn't ideal, but then he'll go ideal for me. Isn't ideal for me, but then he'll go Arbiter, and I'll go Warlord and Xena. Warlord was kind of a bad pick here because they're clearly going first, so they can kill my Warlord. I probably should have gone somebody else like Duchess. But they go triple damager. I'm going to ban the Wukong. We know they're going to get a shot, but they're going to go ahead and ban the Warlord. That's who they're most afraid of. So I'm going to have Xena Nekret protected, and I got Errol in Stone Skin. So only the Sifi is the concern as far as sheep. And triple hit on Nekret, but doesn't do much from Harima. Xena's going to go, does a nice hit, and takes out Rhonda. He tried to take out my Xena with Rhonda, but wasn't able to do it. So now Sifi brings back Arbiter, but I'll finish him off, and that was a pretty quick and easy fight. So I'll finish off 5-4 in this 2-day set. No real hard teams, but everybody was above me in points level. So in any case, hope you enjoyed the video, and take care.